Hello and welcome. Welcome back. This is Redemption Goddess, and today we're covering All Scumbags Go to Hell. You may not have been following this story. You may have heard little blips and pieces like myself. I do know that it took a long time for them to get where they are now. They are in trial. They're going to trial. He thought he got away with it, but he did not. Oh, yes. This was a very weird situation, and it looked like he might slip through the cracks, as well as he did for quite some time. But they have him now. They have him literally by the balls. Not literally. Well, somebody might be doing something with his ball. Anyway, just whatever. See, this is the meticulous gathering of evidence. The evidence collectors. Those people are intriguing to me, as well as the crime scene people. But the evidence collectors, they collect these hairs and these swabs, and they do all of this stuff. It takes some time to sift through. And now we have CCTV. Another thing that will probably make this scumbag go to hell. They tracked his cell data, his movements with his cell, obviously in his pocket. And their theory is that he was chasing this woman around the house to off her. And he did. Rest in peace to this young lady. And my condolences to her family. I truly hope that all scumbags go to hell. He alluded, so you thought, but they were investigating. They kept investigating and connecting the dots. I encourage you to look deep into life, period. Sometimes you look back and you think about some very dangerous situations that you were in and how you stumbled upon those situations and how you got into situations with these people. Well, you have to recognize the changes in people. You think that things are going to just be the same. Good and evil exists at the same time. I can tell you I love you, and then 5 minutes later I can tell you I hate you and I want to kill you. With the same tongue. The same tongue that was telling you how much I loved you and cared for you and blah, 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 is the same tongue that says I will hurt you and end you. My brother, my sister, my B, my H, right? It starts with the tongue, actually, but you have to recognize the changes. So yes, you meet a great person. Will they be great forever? Probably not. They may not even be great tomorrow. You have to love them. You have to make a commitment to love them anyway. If you make the commitment to love them, then it doesn't mean that you turn a blind eye or that you're not looking or that you're not paying attention. It just means that you love them, but you love yourself as well. According to this story, the young lady had been having an affair and she wanted to divorce this man. And obviously he didn't want a divorce. According to the investigators in this story, the news story, as you know, as they reported it, The last proof of life that she sent was a picture of herself sunbathing, and she sent that to the man that she was having the affair with. The husband comes home and allegedly takes her off of this planet. And we're here now, gathering and collecting and reviewing what the investigators reviewed to be able to bring charges. It seems a bit circumstantial, and you never know. With a good lawyer, he may actually still get away with this. We'll have to, check this out later at a later date. This popped up on my feed. It was, I follow some Denver news. I follow all types of news. So it popped up on my feed, and I remember this being featured and him kind of slipping through the cracks. They're saying like they just didn't have enough evidence at some time to get him. This was featured maybe on Insider. I couldn't even really tell you. It was featured somewhere. The story, the entire story, the tragedy of this young woman. If I'm not mistaken, she disappeared on Mother's Day. But anyway, rest in peace to her family and condolences to her family. Rest in peace to this young lady. And it is tragic. When you sit back and you look at like the faces of evil, you think about these young women that befriend pregnant women and is willing to cut and do the most craziest things just to have a baby. You think about the psychology of people and that we walk amongst psychotic people, purely psychotic, evil people that have chosen evil in either in that moment, or they have chosen evil as a lifestyle. I don't even know which one I'm scared of the most. Am I scared of the evil in that moment, passionate evil, or am I scared of a person dedicating their lives to evil? They don't care. They'll lie, cheat, steal, kill, whatever they have to do to exist. So I would say the latter. Because the impulsive people, at least you have an opportunity to maybe talk them down off the evil or something. When a person has dedicated their lives to evil, there's absolutely nothing you can say or do. Now, in this situation, it seems like a passionate evil, but I couldn't really tell you. I don't live their lives, but this seems like something that in that moment and in that rage, I've chosen evil several times in a moment, and you can't undo it. The only thing after the fact, you just be thankful, like, well, I didn't seriously injure anyone, and I'm not seriously injured. I'm not in jail, and I don't owe any money. That's the only thing you can be thankful for after those instances of evil. And any black woman, any woman, any person that has ever been had to deal with groups of people, if you've ever had someone thump you or get really close to thumping you in the head or putting their finger in your face, you understand how impulsive, how evil can come up on you. But when you're speaking about couples, you're speaking about a dynamic that is totally different. You're mixing a different type of passion. When a person becomes fixated on their partner and it turns psychotic, like can't nobody have you but me, you have these very tragic situations like this. And the other partner, they don't realize that they're not dealing with someone that's working in reality, and they really think that they're just going to move on and go on about life. And we see that, no, this is not the situation here. You always have to be able to tell when you're in a situation where you're not wanted. If you can feel a situation where you're not wanted, you need to remove yourself. And you don't have to wait for the other person to tell you. You need to for real remove yourself. Because when a person begins having a disdain for you, that you can't really work through that. Well, how am I going to work through that? You have a disdain for me, right? Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. Did you hear any blip about this story? Do you know anything? I know I remember watching the full story, what happened to the lady. They really focused on her, and he slipped through the cracks. Like, they did not have enough evidence to arrest him at the time, but now he's on trial and it is ongoing, and we shall see. So don't forget to like and subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you so much for listening.